Hi, this is Kerry Garrison with Teliax, and today we're going to go over what is Ivy. And not only what is Ivy, but what is new in Ivy. We have a new version 2.3, that has some nice visual changes, so it's a little easier to navigate, but we'll get to that. But really, we would just want to get into what exactly is the Ivy platform. Ivy is a voice services portal. It's probably the easiest way to put it. At the highest level, we have the Teliax administration, where we can manage partners who are our resellers. The partners manage customers, and the customers can manage their own voice services. Now, of course, partners can manage the voice services through the customer's account, but it's really broken down into these four segments: the top level administration, partners, customers, and voice services. Now, very importantly, Ivy is brandable. Partners can use their own logos. You can change the colors. You can customize the CSS. You can modify the HTML of the landing page. So all these things to help make it be able to be integrated into your existing website, your existing look and feel. And then there's generic billing information. The bills to the customers come from telephony solutions, so that we try and hide the fact that it's Teliax. We want you to own the customer. We don't want to be involved with the customer. They're your customer, so we want you to be able to have the control and the ownership of that customer. Now, Ivy is a billing solution. Customers are invoiced and billed through Ivy. Customers are billed through the generic telephony solutions instead of Teliax. Partners can grant grace periods for a customer, giving them 72 hours to take care of a delinquent bill so that they don't get turned off, so that they can move money around or set up a different credit card or whatever they need to do to stay up and running, so that, again, that partner has the interaction with the customer instead of it being Teliax taking over that customer. Now, in the near future, we'll be able to bill the partner, and then the partner can have the different accounts underneath them. So that's going to be coming soon. Ivy empowers resellers. We don't call them resellers, we call them partners, because we're equal partners in the way we all make money with the platform. Partners set the prices, they create the plans. Partners split the margin with Teliax. And that's why we call them partners and not resellers. A reseller is just going out and selling a service based on a price that we set. Well, that's not the way we work here at Teliax. We show the partner the cost, the partner marks it up, and that markup is split between Teliax and the partner. So there's no cost to use the platform, there's no setup fees, there's no other hidden fees anywhere. Here's what it costs. Whatever you mark it up, that's what we split, so that you determine how much we both make. Now, partners can sell both SIP trunks and hosted PBX features from the same platform. That is very, very cool. There's really no other platform that gives you all of the different features that Ivy provides, and being able to sell both SIP trunks and hosted PBX features. So real quickly, what hosted PBX features do we have? Well, we have phone numbers, extensions and devices, voicemail to email, fax to email, ring groups, schedules, voice menus, conference rooms, E911, call forwarding, and again, you can configure SIP trunks directly within Ivy. So it's a pretty robust solution. Of course, you could compare it to a dedicated PBX and go, well, it doesn't have this or it doesn't have that. Well, sure, it will eventually have more and more features, but right now we're trying to go after that 75-80% of the market and give the resellers something that they can sell when a full-blown customer premise PBX is too much. So if you have a bigger customer that they need a PBX, put them in a SIP trunk. If you have smaller customers that don't need to spend that kind of money, put them in a hosted PBX platform. Ivy provides both. Now I'm logged into my account here, so I can see that I've got web settings, users, statements, activity, payments, customer charge and payments, and my customers, and what price decks I have. So I'm going to take a look at the web settings here, and I've got my domain, and you have to supply a domain or subdomain to us that's pointed at our name servers. So that's what your customers are going to log into. That's what your devices are going to register. Again, trying to put Teliax behind the scenes and make your company out there at the forefront. You can edit the domain style sheet. You can change background colors. Let's get a color going on there so you can see, hit update here on the screen. You can put in your own logos, your own statement URLs. You want to change more stuff? Great. Go to the text elements. You can edit some of these features, change the colors. You really want to go crazy? Use the custom CSS, and you can go through here and change all kinds of attributes within the system. Now the billing stuff, this is all coming right now, so none of the stuff on the partner side is working. That works on the customer side. Let's take a look at our customers. So here I've got a couple customers in here. I've got this guy, Acme Widgets, who's delinquent. He's going to get turned off here in the next 30 minutes or so, but I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. I know that he's transferring money right now. I can just click on that, put him into credit mode. He's in the negative, but the credit will end in a day, and he's got time to take care of that without his account getting shut off. Now I can go ahead and log in there. As a partner, this is a great ability. I can see my customers and just log right into their account from my account, and I don't have to bounce around and do different things to remember different passwords and things. So they've got their payments here. The reason why this one's delinquent is there's no credit card. So I can add a credit card to it. I can have multiple credit cards so that it can kind of roll from one to another, making sure that they have multiple ways of doing payments. They've got their statements that they can see within the system. They can manage the plans. They can see their rates. And let's get kind of down into it real quick. I don't want to spend all day on one video here, but the concept is of how we organize features is divided into what we call sites. So a site is often a single geographical location, like a New York office versus an LA office, something like that. So I have this site that I've set up here called Alien, and we'll just edit that real quick. So that's the DNS extension. This is why the domain or subdomain that you have needs to point to our name servers, so when you put in a DNS extension, it just automatically works. The thin client, these are our bonsai nodes. I'm going to go into more detail in that in another video, but that's which client you're sending your RTP traffic to. You just want to use the defaults unless you're told otherwise. The access control list is the IPs or IP that's allowed to come into the system and register. So I just want to make sure it's my own IP. So I'm going to put in my IP address and a /32, which means a single IP address. By default, that is going to be set to nothing. So no one will be able to register unless you set the access control list up. How many channels do I want? I'm going to do 8. And the permitted country codes. Again, this is blank. So until you set country codes, you won't be able to make any outbound calls. Now, you should only put in the country codes of the countries that are going to be dialed. This is not an international on or off toggle. This is individual countries that you want to be able to call to. So if you only call the United States and Fiji, you can just go to Fiji, put that in. I'm actually not going to leave that there. But you can have the country codes in there that are going to determine where calls can be placed. Now, here's the different features that we have set up on this account. Conference rooms, devices, extensions, fax machines, forwards, menus, PBXs, that's a SIP trunk, phone numbers, ring groups, schedules, voicemail boxes. To add a new feature, just go to add at the top here. Say I want to add a new extension. Okay, great. What's this extension? This is going to be Samtown. What number is that extension going to be? We'll give him extension 3602. And where is that going to go? That's going to go to a desk phone or a voicemail box or any valid extension that you can have you can set as a destination for a particular extension. If you're putting up someone's desk phone, you're going to create a device. Give them a name, how many concurrent calls it can take, the login and password for that device, the timeout, where to fail over if that device doesn't answer, caller ID name and number, and again, the access control list. Now this will default to the site list unless you change it in here. So if someone's working from home, you can have their home IP in here to make sure that they can have access to the system. Just take a look at a couple other quick features here. Menus, these are the IVRs or voice menus. The name, a PIN number for being able to change it. The greeting, I can upload a greeting if I want. And then what key press. So there's Bob's desk phone, sales, again, Joe's desk phone here. And if the message is played 3 times and no one's hit a key, then it will go to the failover destination. So we'll just go ahead and go to the sales ring group if no one answers that call. So you can see the system's pretty simple to set up and get up and running. There's a lot more customization that you can do to make it fit the look and feel of your particular site. We're going to look at that in another video. But for now, this is a quick overview of the IV voice platform here at Teliax. If you have any questions, please feel free and contact us at sales@teliax.com. Go to our website at teliax.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube. We're very easy to find. Make sure that you watch the videos that we have and contact us if you have any questions. This has been Kerry Garrison with Teliax. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.